This movie presents an intriguing and ambitious concept, which is depicting the passage of time from the age of dinosaurs to the present, all within a single location using a fixed and static camera angle. The premise is that the camera remains fixed on a single location for the entire movie as it evolves. It attempts to capture a sense of life in all its complicated up and down glory, only using the living room of a single house as the setting for the entirety of this film. The limitations of the fixed camera placement for the entire duration of the runtime becomes a detriment that doesn't allow the movie the creative freedom to explore such vast time and themes with enough emotional weight. The out-of-sequence editing and lack of camera movement leaves the viewer feeling disengaged. The format shortchanges the plot. It's hard enough to cover more than a century in under 2 hours, let alone when every major event has to occur in the same room. As such, the movie feels like a play made up of 30-second scenes with instantaneous scene changes. In those brief scenes, the characters discuss every major event that occurs in their lives. It always feels like characters are rushing to cram every piece of information into a scene before they leave the room. The movie struggles to build narrative dynamic as narrowing the frame constricts the storytelling, no matter how many times a significant life moment is shoved up close to the lens for emphasis. The images here return frequently to the same families at different moments in their lives, but rarely settle in for long enough to sustain narrative momentum or give the characters much depth. The film has little interest in playing with the tension between what's inside and outside its frame. It doesn't take advantage of the very seen or unseen dynamic that its gimmick seems designed to investigate. The movie imagines that this tiny area has seen everything there is to see. It's a cute notion, albeit one that quickly feels contrived, thanks to characterizations and episodes that are so sketchy they resemble cliches on a checklist. The non-chronological presentation doesn't serve the narrative well since it's hard to keep up with what's going on and when events are taking place, with certain segments offering far too brief a peek into a story that would surely have been interesting if given the chance to play itself out, before being traded for something else. There are many interesting clips showing the past, which are some of the flourishes designed to target one's nostalgia. But the movie can't make them come alive. They're just conspicuous markers rather than lived-in details, and they undercut rather than bolster the period-specific atmospheres. The de-aging technology applied to make the characters believably 5 decades younger proves more distracting than anything. Whether at a distance or in close-up, their visages appear distractingly unreal, and merely compound the inauthenticity of their characters, who never resonate as anything more than stick figures conceived in stereotypical terms. It doesn't help that the story itself never gives Tom Hanks or Robin Wright anything unique to do, presenting us with bland story and characters that even actors of their caliber cannot elevate. In fact, it's quite baffling to discover all the actors have seemingly been given distinct directions to overact most of their scenes, resulting in performances that feel as artificial as the visual effects de-aging work. Overall, it's not worth to watch this in theaters, just wait on your streaming service.